We are 3 members of the Qmary counter mapping project. We came together about 2 years ago to think about what the university is, how it operates as a border and as a filter. And we thought that a map and a game would be very useful tools to visualize the relations that we discovered in the course of our project. So this is the map side of the map. It has several different layers, and it's trying to show the different flows of people and money into Qmary and into London, and also how they operate within the context of London and the context of higher education in the UK. And as you can see, there is a kind of global element to it. There is a more London-centered element to it within the UK, and then there is the campus, well, the main campus of Qmary, and all the different subjectivities that inhabit it. So not just the student bodies, but also the administration staff, the academic staff, and the figure talk to each other and have thoughts and speech bubbles that represent the positions they inhabit in relation to each other.
We did this map in cooperation with, or collaboration with a group from North Carolina called the 3Cs, the Counter Mapping Collective. And we were inspired by them to do, and others of course, especially in Spain, who've been doing counter maps, or counter cartography. And what that means is that we try not just to present the space that we map in a way that makes it navigatable according to the way that the flows are supposed to work, as a university map usually would bring people to the right place and so on, but also exclude certain meetings because you have the official functions being centered, where we try to show different paths and to look at things in a critical way. So in a sense create a disorientation in relation to the standardized and normalized ways of operating and navigating in the space. And in that sense it's also a reorientation map, of course.
For us it's a counter map in the sense that it visualizes and makes visible issues that are normally not visible when we think about universities, such as the salaries of the people who are employed there, or how much of the overall budget comes from international students. But also, as we'll be seeing with the game, how difficult it is for international students at the very same time to access higher education institutions in the UK. So it's both a counter map in the way these facts which are available are made available for a wider audience, but it's also how they're represented. And in that sense, this aesthetic is very much trying to undo the way we normally represent and perceive campuses or positions or universities or nations.
Given that the map is really dense and complicated, the other side of the map that we produced is a game, which was really important for us because we felt that it would give a chance for people to embody different positions, first of all, and also to see how some of the processes that we represent on this side of the map are played out in people's realities, in a sense. So, and just as the map is a counter map, the game is also a counter game, and in a sense it's rigged because depending on the different character that you adopt to play the game, for example, a Scottish undergraduate, a Chinese postgraduate, an Italian postgraduate with a different visa status or scholarship status, you quickly realize that you're quite disadvantaged or privileged.
The game begins with someone deciding to study at Qmary, and the end is not studying at Qmary. The end is the end of the first semester. We thought it was important, in a sense, also in the way the game is structured, not to replicate the idea of the university as a sanctuary, and once that's reached, that's reached your all the privileges and all the difficulties you've encountered to arrive to the place somewhat evaporate. For us, what was important was to show that even once you have been accepted in a university, you still have to go through economic hurdles and trying to make a living, and one of the options at the end is that maybe you don't want or you don't need to be in a university to achieve whichever goal you want to achieve. So we've also entered kind of shortcuts or ways out which are not necessarily academic, and we thought that was quite important. One of these way out is the marriage card, which of course is quite a polemic and quite cheeky way to accelerate your route towards entering university and arriving into a country, because it changes your visa status. But we thought it was quite important to put it there because that's what people do.
We based this a lot on our own experiences, since some of us were international students. And as we started to design the game, it was quite heavy realizing all the injustice that you're kind of subjected to as an international student. But at the same time, we didn't feel comfortable with portraying ourselves as some kind of powerless victim. So this part of the game is also very important, that there are kind of some opportunities to resist these processes, such as getting married, to be able to get a visa. This was an important process of designing the map and the game, is that it really reflects our individual experiences, and it was important for us to represent that as well, and make it something that's critical but not disempowering.